We must wake up our people. This is about a system of oppression. We war not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and wickedness in high places. We must expose them. We don't need a strap. Truth and unity take care. We want our leg back. Run, Babylon, and run. Get what you owe. It's time to pay back. We want our leg back. Run, Babylon, and run. We don't need a strap. Truth and unity take care of that. We want our land back.
Rise up, brothers and sisters, boys and girls, kings and queens, friends, frenemies, and you agents. This is Brother Marley. This is the Gambi One channel, and I'm on a train. Look, I know if you're watching this from the States or from the UK or some Western country, no big deal. So this is really for those who are in the Gambia right now, because I wanted to show you just a smidgen, just a little bit, a taster, a saison of the things I've noticed, the differences I've noticed between Senegal and Gambia. The first being, I'm on
Dakar, prochain arrêt, Barni.
They're gonna now speak in English.
Dakar.
She speaks in English.
Barni.
Yo, I was so impressed by
Train
tracks.
Barni.
They're actually straight and everything. So yeah, we're gonna look at that, some other bits and pieces when I get into town. So follow with me on this journey into town, into Dakar, and we'll see what we can get up to. So it's a typical commuter train going into Dakar city. It's clean, modern, has AC, and also has electricity for the guys in first class. You know, in case you want to charge your laptop or your iPhone on the way to work. It's a very hot day. Man's is sweating. So like, you know, this place is a lot more going on around here. I'm just near the Dakar station, is just behind me, and we're just at the port heading over to Goree Island. Goree Island is a place that people know about. It's a tourist spot. We'll get to look at, like, you know, the little bit of the history of the country and how that impacts us as well, you know. So stick with me, let's see how this goes. Okay, so we're now leaving the port of Dakar. One of the ports is a very small one, obviously, and going over to Goree Island, where we'll be able to see a little bit about the journey, the transatlantic slave trade from Africa over to the Americas and to the Caribbean. All right, so it's interesting because, you know, from over there, so, you know, we can hold on to like certain flags and so on and feel quite proud of being Guyanese or Jamaican or flipping Montserrat or any other kind of, you know, Trinidadian, whatever. we all feel kind of proud of like where we're from. But when you're over this side of things, it starts to take on a completely different notion. It's like here you're reminded just of how small that kind of conversation is, how it's like you're proud of where you've been imprisoned for the last 500 years. That's nothing to be proud of. This is where we're from, and as such, this is where we should be proud of coming from. Now, obviously, there's some conversation about some people who say, well, no, my family was in the Americas before there was an America, so hence we claim America. And that's fine, you can do that, no problem. But what you'll find is that not only in your history, not only is that there, but there's going to be also people who are brought over from from Africa and so on and so forth, and there would have been that mix, because over in the States, over in the Caribbean, no one knew the difference between who was from where. As far as they were concerned, when I say they, I mean the ones who brought African people over there. As far as they were concerned, we were all the same. There was no differential. No one was treated better than the other. No one was treated differently. No one was called different names. So why are we trying to split ourselves up from? What do we gain from splitting ourselves up? All I do know is right now is that, it's very fortunate that we are here. We're actually able to enjoy, experience, and touch ground where our forefathers and foremothers had left from. It's a real privilege to do that. All right. So, enough of me chatting. Let's get over to Goree Island and see Wagwan, huh? All right. Okay, that's the island right there. So you'll see it closer when we get there, but you can see at the front, right there, the front there, they've got like a battlement. What do they call it? A fort? A fort, yeah. They've got a fort at the front just to keep people away who are not supposed to be there. And then just behind that is where you'll find the slave castles. And that was the whole point of this place. This is Dakar, just over there in the background. So once there's enslaved Africans have been taken from here, this is the last port of call before they were then sent off further west, right in that direction, out to the Caribbean and to the United States.
They asked for money.
The water's so clean. So this is a depiction of a typical house in Goree. You see at the bottom there, you got that's the local people getting on with their daily life. And what you'll notice is that these ones are looking at hands out, as though they're looking for handouts from these people above. So you have the Europeans who are up at the top. They are accompanied by one token noble African here. There's some other people who look like they could be either some sort of Asians or Arabs on the other side. But also accompanied by a local lady of the night as well. So the talk that I had been told when I was at school is that they came here to civilize, but in actual fact there was nothing but non-civility happening here. Seems like so long ago, but actually, this when we're outside in this courtyard. There's the upstairs where the nobleman would have been. Down here would have been where everybody else was. Here's the stairs where people where they would have gone to look for a handout from those Europeans up the stairs. So life as we know it is very, very close to what some people deem as ancient history. It's not that ancient at all. Alright, my battery is running low now, so we're in the main, what do you call it, a slave castle? I guess so. It's got the same design as the previous building. So look, upstairs here, and then down below, you got the barred windows of the slave rooms here. There's this place here under these stairs where they'll stuff people who weren't willing to be enslaved. They'll stuff them here under the stairs to think about their feelings, think about what they're actually saying, because it could be worse for them. This place is tiny. You have no sense of any kind of air coming in here. Obviously mosquitoes have been easily in here, but other than that, nothing else from outside. Let me show you a little bit around the place. You've got loads of people here, so it's not even like you can really have any clear thought. You just got to look and just keep it moving. Again, this is a second place. We'd have had women and children in one section, like this sort of size, and then men would have been kept separate elsewhere.
The doorway of no return. Why this name? Because one step after the door, meaning bye bye after.
If you look on this side here, men on this side. Again, completely tiny, no air coming through, absolutely squalid. Just above the floorboards of the people who are enjoying the high life. And then in between the two sets of dungeons, you've got a walkway that takes you straight out through to the door of no return.
This leg used to carry between the two legs with the hand to move with it. Meaning, if you try to jumping, so you take the other one and you're jumping. And the heaviness of the hard ball, they're all sinking together. Yeah. Oui, on pour qu'ils finissent, on vous cède la place. Comme nous, on a fait, on les a attendus. Yeah. Voilà. And there were 28 doors like this on Goree. 28. You see the guard security right and left one with the windows. If they work with the ground for someone can't be here.
You can see the rocks on the ground here. So ships couldn't come right up to the building. There's to be way out. You see where that buoy is right there? See that? I don't know if you can see it. I'll just zoom out. There. See him? That's where the ships would have stopped. So they waded into the water, out there into the ships, going straight out west to the Americas. So I want to think of a positive end to this video, because I mean, you know, going into a slave castle and saying the end isn't the kind of vibe I want to leave you with. So here we go. Let me try something else. So I'm back home now. We're back. The day's over. I'm absolutely shattered. But first thing we'll do is we'll change the background, because this background's horrible. Okay, that's a little bit better. All right. So look, here's the way I see it. If you are struggling with something in your life, something that you want to do, whether that be something, you know, you want to learn how to drive, or you want to lose weight, or you want to gain weight, or you want to find the perfect life partner for you, or you want to, you have a special goal around your career, or maybe you don't want a career, maybe you want to run your business. We are in a system, you are in a system that has been designed and curated over hundreds of years to make the system work better and for you to work harder for it. The things that people of my father's generation had to do to be deemed successful was to hold a job, hold a 9 to 5, work Monday to Friday, and you know, from that you could have your house, you could have your wife, you could have your children, and you could afford to do all of that, and maybe even have a holiday. Whereas now it's a lot different. You need a lot more. So we are seeing that the goal, or the point at which you say, okay, well, I'm doing okay, is been pushed further and further away from you. So it can feel like as though you're doing 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and in some instances you actually are doing 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Like we have a group who's coming over here from the States in a couple of strong's time. And so look, we was looking at how much it would cost to hire a driver, and I don't remember the actual figures, but let's say the driver was $100, right? So we said, okay, fine, we'll pay. And then like last week it was time to pay the driver, but actually it's gone up to 140, not because the driver's upped his money, but because the value of the safer has devalued so much. You know, with the issues that's been happening around the safer, and France meddling with financial systems over here in Africa, it's having real world impacts. So it can feel kind of like as though you're trying your best and things are going backwards, and actually in many instances you are doing your best and things are actually going backwards. That shouldn't stop you though, because you have the pedigree of wizards, like of magicians, of people who could, of alchemists. That's what I'm looking for alchemists. You have the pedigree of alchemists, people who would turn nothing and turn it into something. People who would take, like, where there is nothing but no's, there would be the yes. We have people in our ancestry who have gone from being at, in the bottom of those slave dungeons to a point where they own the buildings. And that's not because of those people at the top who are really kind-hearted and wanted to see people do well. No, they worked as hard as they could to keep people down. So if that is your pedigree, you can do whatever you want. Whatever you want, you can do it. We've got to push through, we've got to push hard. And even when everything says no, you be the yes in that no. And you push through and you push hard. Second thing, transatlantic slave trade. They were taking enslaved Africans from, where are we? You can't see it on the camera, but I can see it. Just about there is a light, and that is towards the point of Goree Island. Goree Island was probably somewhere about there. Actually, you can see Goree Island. Yeah, there. You can't. The camera can't pick it up, but just there, Goree Island. They were taking people from there and taking them straight west this way to the United States, to Brazil, to Guyana, to Suriname, to Jamaica, to Barbados, to Trinidad, to St. Lucia. What's crazy is they will take people. Let's say they've got a boatload of people from Gambia. They would take them. You've got 100 people. You've got 100 people on your boat from Gambia, right? You'll stop in, let's say, Barbados, and you drop off 20 people there. Then you go to Jamaica, drop off 20 people there. Then you go to St. Lucia, 20 people there. Then you go to Dominica, 20 people there. Finally go to America and drop off the last 20. Like, people had to consider how they kept people separate, how they keep us separate. Even here on the continent, you have people above who speak Portuguese. No, lying. Sorry. Speak Italian. I think Italian. And then here they speak French. Then below they speak Portuguese. In between they have Gambia, little strip of Gambia where they speak English. So we've been kept divided and then divided again. It's no wonder that this word unity seems so elusive. It's like, it's like a feather on the wind. It's just floating about everywhere. You just can't grab it. But we could do something about that as well. So, if you are on the continent, let me not use that term. So if you're in the United States and you want to team up with somebody over here, then get in touch. My email is right here. Get in touch. Let me know what you want to do, what you have in mind. If I can help. Now I'm in Senegal, I'm in Gambia. They're the two places I'm mostly based. So if I can help in those two countries and that interests you, then let me know. Maybe I can help you, maybe I can't, but if I cannot, I can pass you on to somebody, and I'm not going to charge you for it. It's something where we could just work together. People have worked too long to hold us apart. But you know what? If we work together, if we remember the things that our shared ancestors have dealt with and have overcome, what we got to stop us? We are unstoppable. We are the unstoppables here. All right, unstoppable, beautiful people. This is your brother Marty, and this is the Gambia One channel. And until next time, peace.